In this video, we're going to show you how to configure your Mint system to automatically assign or activate record items based on Met prerequisite requirements. With this feature, you can tell the system to assign a resource to a record item when that resource fulfills that requirement. For example, we could configure that the resource should be assigned to the parent record item ground instructor qualification when they meet the requirement of having the ground instructor fundamentals training record item assigned. First, in our setup, we need to create and activate a record item property of type yes/no. We'll name this property Assign Automatically on Met Prerequisite. Then, right-click and associate the Used as Auto Assign Automatically on Met Prerequisite preference. While this is the only property you need to configure the auto assign, there are a couple other optional properties. You can define whether you want to assign a new resource record item instance each time the event handler triggers. Additionally, you can define a number of offset days, which will tell the system how many days to move the issue date of the resource record item from the original issue date. For example, if the resource record item is assigned automatically on the 1st, defining 1 day for this property would change the issue date to the 2nd. Lastly, if you don't want to use issue date, you can define a different resource record item for currency start date. After creating these properties, we need to create a requirement, which will define the criteria for automatic assignment. For our example, we'll have our requirement be the ground instructor fundamentals training record item assigned. Now we're going to open our parent record item ground instructor qualification, which is the record item we want automatically assigned. Set the Assign Automatically on Met Prerequisite property to Yes. We'll define that there should not be a new instance assigned and an offset of 1 day for the issue date. Let's head to the Assignment Validation tab. We'll right-click on Prerequisites to add the requirement that we created. Now that the record item is set up, let's quickly look at a resource that fulfills our prerequisite. Here, you can see that this resource does not have the parent record item assigned, but does have the training record item assigned. To trigger the automatic assignment for this resource and any others that match our criteria, we'll need an event handler. Let's create a timer event handler that will run daily. Then we can add the Auto Assign Record Items on Met Prerequisites action. Since we want to see our event handler in action now, we'll click Run Now from the top toolbar or by right-clicking. If we head back to our example resource, we can see that they now have the parent record item assigned. For more information about automatically assigning/activating a record item based on a Met prerequisite, visit your Mint manual.